In this video, we're going to finish off the question. We'll find excess burden and the welfare. Now recall that we found out that the optimal number of flowers was 800 divided by 9, right? 800 divided by 9. And this also happens to be the tax revenue that we must raise. This is equal to the tax revenue that we must raise, meaning that with these two data in mind, we can find out the quantity demanded of coffee after tax, because this is one step further to find out the excess burden. So let's see how that works out. This tax would be equal to 800 divided by 9. The tax of coffee, we discussed that optimally would be 2 over 3. So 2 over 3 times the quantity demanded of coffee after tax. Quantity demanded of coffee after tax. So let's solve the math over here. Divide both sides by 2 over 3. Divide both sides by 2 over 3 and we get 800 divided by 9 multiplied with the inverse, which is 3 over 2, is equal to that quantity demanded of coffee after tax. Quantity demanded of coffee after tax. Now, what do we have? 800 divided by 2, that's equal to 400. 3 and 9 cancel out, that's 3. 400 divided by 3, that's equal to 133.3. That's going to be the quantity demanded of coffee after tax. Okay, how can we calculate the excess burden? Let's go somewhere over here where we still have space. The excess burden is equal to 1 over 2 times the tax on the coffee times the change in the quantity demanded of the coffee. Now the question is, what is the quantity demanded of coffee without the tax? This is something that we calculated also in the previous videos, somewhere in the beginning over here. Let's find it real fast. That was just, where was it? Yeah, here I can see it. So quantity demanded of coffee without the tax was equal to 200 units. Now from 200, the quantity demanded decreases to 133.3. So let's see what the difference is. The difference is going to be equal to 200 minus 133.3. We keep that in mind. The tax of coffee is equal to 2 over 3 and also times 1 over 2. Times 1 over 2, so that's equal to excess burden. I don't know why I'm writing from right to left, but anyway, that's equal to the excess burden. So we cancel out the 2's. So cancel out the 2's. 200 minus 133.3, that's equal to 66.6. Yes, 66.6. And then multiplied with 1 over 3. Multiplied with 1 over 3, that's equal to the excess burden. 66.6 divided by 3, that's equal to 22.2, meaning that the excess burden is equal to 22.2 euros worth of loss in efficiency, so to speak. Okay, we have the excess burden. We know the total benefits over here because we want to find out the welfare, which is the difference between the benefits and the losses. The total benefits is 2 euros worth of benefit for all the flowers, and we found out that optimally we would have 800 divided by 9 flowers, so times 2 is equal to the total benefits. So 2 times 800, that's 1600 divided by 9. Total benefits would be equal to 1600 divided by 9. Let's go to the left because that's the only space left. We got that. What else do we need? We need the total costs. The total costs for providing them is 1 euro for every basket of flowers, and we have 800 over 9 flowers. So the total cost would be equal to 800 divided by 9. And we also have the excess burden of 22.2, which we have to keep in mind. So the welfare, when we take into account the excess burden, and we're as efficient as possible to minimize that excess burden, is going to be equal to the difference between the total benefits, which is 1600 divided by 9, minus the direct total cost of providing the flowers, which is 800 over 9, minus the excess burden of 22.2. 22.2. 1600 minus 800, that's 800 over 9. That's equal to 800 over 9. And 800 over 9 is equal to 88.9 approximately, or 88.8, somewhere around that. 88, let's just say 9 because we round up, minus 22.2, minus 22.2, that's equal to 66.7. That's equal to 66.7. That would be the welfare. That would be the welfare when we take into account the marginal excess burden of providing the coffee. Let's compare this with the beginning of the question where we found out the welfare. What was the welfare there? I forgot which part was it. Somewhere in part B we found out. Let me see if I get it. What was it? Yeah, here. There's something with welfare. So 2 times 100 minus 150. I should have written here 50. So yes, 50. The welfare used to be 50, but now notice that the welfare is higher, you see? The welfare is 66 point something, right? 66.7, I think. 66.7. Why is it higher although we plant less flowers? Well, we plant less flowers, we have less benefits from less flowers, but we also have lower excess burden from charging less tax on coffee. So the net score, the net effect is that the welfare is actually better because we minimize the excess burden. Hope this all makes sense, and we are done.